All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I'll be honest, there are some videos I know just don't get a lot of views, okay? And I'm still here trying to get like viewers and subscribers, right? But man, I am so appreciative of all the viewer requests and just getting comments and stuff that like I really do try to throw them all in. So I am gonna look at the psychedelic sector one more time, and then dude, for real, my last video was wildly wrong. I actually really thought, because I think the last video I made was basically right here, give or take, maybe the Monday, but whatever. I genuinely thought most were going to go way down, and they actually all pretty much went all the way up. So for sure not going to pretend I did not get the last one wrong, but I got 5 tickers I'm going to look at here. I'm going to look at Mind Medicine. I'm going to throw in CYBN. I didn't do CYBN last time, but I will be really honest with you. I have personally traded CYBN because CYBN really likes the 8 moving average, and I'm really excited to get to that one, and I can't believe I forgot it on the last one. ATAI, Compass, CMPS, and then again, I live in the excuse me, I live in the US, so TRIP is TripAdvisor, so we will look at TRUFF, which is Red Light Holland, okay? Before we go any further though, what are we gonna do? Same thing we always do, right? We're gonna take a look at the daily and the weekly. There we go, the D and the W. The daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this thing on the internet, comment good or bad. If you disagree, I'm not here to hate on you, believe me. And then, yeah, if you can like it, look, anything you can do really does help me out with these YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here and giving me your time is super appreciated, all right? So look, let's get into it. And again, I don't know why I'm zoomed out this much. Sorry about that. Man, I thought this was going to go basically instead of green, I thought we were going to go red, right? Like it is very bad to be under all the moving averages. That is what happens here. Failing the 200 is a really bad thing. And it seemed like we had failed the 200, right? But one thing I said, and I said it on a Discord group, I'm actually glad to at least show it here. Look, the big move up is between the 26th and the 3rd, okay? If we go, let's start with the SPX, the S&P 500. It was going really bad, and then 26th to the 3rd, it runs, okay? Again, Dow Jones, next one, Dow Jones Industrial, does really badly, and then 26th to the 3rd, it runs. And look, I know there's not a lot of technology in the psychedelic sector, but again, 26 to the when the markets are killing it, most things will do well. There's a phrase I like to say. It's MNMD. Sorry, dyslexic every now and then. I like to say like when the tide rises, all the boats go up with it. You know what I mean? So if you were stuck in the rocks, hey, the water's now above the rocks and you can kind of float out, right? So it seems like the good market helped it get out of this. End of the day, there's a lot happening, okay? We are now, this is a moving average cluster, all right? That is not a technical phrase by any shape or form, but when you get, look, there's only 5 lines. When you start to get 3 or more really tight, when you now get the 4th one, now when you get the 5th one, man, it's really hard to escape from this. What you end up doing is kind of oscillating around a line. Like it seemed like we were oscillating the 100, right? And if we still are, it kind of seems like the 100's flattening out, if not curving down, instead of this like going up that it had before, right? Like this thing was as high as there, and now it's definitely going down, right? Like from that peak. So, you know, but I for sure see the 8 moving at like, yes, that's a golden cross. Like I'm not trying to pretend it isn't, but these were golden crosses as well, right? Like that one right there, that one right there, that one obviously wasn't. That's actually a death cross. You don't want it to go down, right? But yeah, it seems like we're going up. And end of the day, if you can ride the 8, that's a good thing, right? And it actually kind of seems like there's a little bit of an uptrend actually happening, right? Like we can literally take it. Let me actually draw it. Why not? See, I don't like using this one. This is the newest of the candles, and maybe it's a little easier to see it from here and kind of ignore that one right there. Maybe it's a little bit cheating right there, but oh, that was really bad. Sorry. So It's that right there, right? Basically the bottom corner of this guy. Sorry, I was zoomed out too much, but that's a good uptrend right there. You know what I mean? So I think end of the day, this is the line right here. You're really gonna need to get over 378. If you can get over this 378, that's where I think I'm actually going to start to believe. Because look, what we've done is we've broken them all. We've come back. We've now broken it again. I still need confirmation, right? I need one more. And I think taking the biggest candle to the left, it is this guy right here. It's not maybe physically the biggest, but it's at least definitely a tall, real candle. That would make me happy for sure. Where are you? Just to see it. You're just a little bit above. Again, 381 might be a little bit of a safer number as well. I still think that this 378 was a good one as well. But look, we are over all 5 moving averages. What I don't know, and here, there's a couple examples that just jump out, right? Like Palantir is an easy one. Before this happened, we had a moving average cluster. All 5 lines start getting really tight. Looks like you're going to run, you come back down. Looks like you're going to lose it, go back up, right? And came all the way back down to here before it actually finally escaped. Like when you have all 5, like another one is HUSA. It's tight, it's tight, it's tight. And then this one obviously does the opposite of Palantir. And look, you can see this is for months, right? So make me believe we've broken the moving averages. And we're at least on the better side of all of them. That's a good RSI. That's a positive MACD. Volume is actually getting nice too. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's actually reason to believe this might come to 4. And 4 is the money line to this gap fill to maybe even 9 if it runs as hard as it can. Because there's something here for sure. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go all the way to 9. We'll at least draw this one. Might even have to go back. Let me see. I'm going to draw this. I'm just going to, I think that's a good zoomed out of it. Just to have that. It's a good little random line, okay? I'm good with that. But yeah, mind medicine. Again, I got this thing wrong for sure. I am just not 1,000% it's going to go up. It needs to make me believe, and it really needs to do that on Monday. Because again, we've broken them. I need confirmation. All right, that's the moral. Let's look at the weekly really quickly. That's a good weekly. This weekly, again, make me believe. What number are you? Basically $4, man. This thing, but at that $4 point, you're going for the... And that's a lot lower than I wanted that to be, because that's going to be a resistance. Damn. Okay, I'm not going to do much. This is not a fantastic weekly, but I think it's basically saying it wants to come to 4. It wants to make a test on this right here, our really important line for the gap fill. And really, in a lot of ways, this is the original gap fill borderline as well. I just actually noticed this. That's this right here, right? So... this is going to be another attempt at the break. And I think, man, I'm actually liking mind medicine a little bit more as I'm like looking at this thing. I think I might be looking at these more. I can't believe it's already 8 minutes. I talked about this one a lot, man. Interesting. CYBN's been crushing it. I've seen this going on, and man, I'm not surprised, because when was it? It was probably this. It was either this or this one. But because you see, I think it was this one. I think I watched it happen right here. And then I got ready for it and believed on this one. I probably traded between the 100 and 200 if I had to guess. But man, it does not surprise me that CYBN knows how to run and hold the 8 moving average. It goes up, it comes down, bounces like a champ, just keeps going actually. That's a super high RSI. This thing got to 89, 88 for 2 days in the high 80s, right? Look, again, right here, does 2 days in the high 80s, right? Knows how to do that. I think it should be really hard to lose 40 cents. If it does lose it, there is no way it goes, I don't want to say no way, but I would find it so hard to believe it goes any lower than 36. That's a bad 10-cent drop. No one wants to see that. But yeah, realistically, the 8 can hold it at 41. I think 40 cents should also hold because it has the 200. But look, we broke the 200. None of these are confirmation though. You know what I mean? So maybe we actually come back to the 100 as I say that. I don't know if we've actually taken this 200 line. When was the last time we were on it? We've hit it before and failed. We've wicked it before, and that's, oh, we actually did break it right there. But that's kind of a year ago. Shit. I mean, it's kind of funny to say that, right? But yeah, September, look, August, September was basically a year ago. But hey, give or take, that's about the same window when it made the move. And give or take, it made just about the same move. So again, make me believe the 200 holds. Like, I would love to see a bounce at 40 and go back up. That would be really cool, actually. And look, coming from 46 to 40, that's actually more than a 10% drop. That's actually a 15% drop, which should bring the RSI maybe back to a good healthy 50 before it reruns back up. I would be interesting if that holds. Otherwise, again, I don't know if this was a real break. I could see that not being one. Comes back to here, holds this, and then hopefully actually takes it. But CYBN, I have personally made some money on CYBN. I really think it was this right here if I had to guess. I'm not 1,000%, but CYBN knows how to use the 8 and the 20 when it's its friend. It definitely knows how to not break it when it's not the friend either, right? But good little healthy volume for sure. I like that. I really do. So I think this might be nothing more than a healthy cool down of the RSI, but weekly looks good. Weekly looks good. Weekly, did you break the 50? No, but let's see what you do with it next week. I could see it coming up to here. I could see it coming to 50 cents. Actually, I could see it wicking that. That's another 20% right there, actually. Interesting. CYBN, nice. Nice, nice, nice. ATAI. Oh, wow. ATAI looks fantastic. And again, if you skip the Mind Medicine, I normally don't say this, but if you go back, Mind Medicine had a lot of info. I kind of stayed a little bit longer because I talked a bit more. But 26 to the 3rd, this was the NASDAQ, S&P 500, and Dow Jones or NASDAQ. I forgot which one I missed, but they all did well during this. I'm not going to flash it again. Just go back to Mind Medicine in the beginning. But this thing held it and continued. Just broke my 201. This thing actually probably wants to go to 225. I mean, look, that's a really healthy RSI. That's actually now a positive MACD. That's really good volume. Man, that's actually a gap. This should want to come here. This actually might continue and maybe even wick 240. ATAI, no way, man. Dude, all of these stocks are actually crushing it. That's a fantastic weekly. And again, same basic thing I just said, 250. This thing looks like it wants to go to, break the 8, go to the 20, break the 20, go to the 50. It's same thing on the daily, same thing on the weekly, right? So I think we're going to want to come here. If not, like I said, maybe wick this and come back. But that's a nice little gap fill that this thing can fill. And again, this thing's actually been holding a decent uptrend. I mean, it's not beautiful by any means. And that was a very, very long horizontal. But the 100 seems to be the stock's friend actually too, which is a good thing to see. You know what I mean? So, yo, ATAI, again, so far I have covered 3 and all 3 of them have looked really good actually. CMPS, sweet Jesus, you're lying. Damn. I mean, that pause of silence was being impressed is what it actually was. This is an important line right here. If this thing can get into the 360s, oh man, it should go quickly to 11 and then maybe, wow, dude. Dude, what was this volume? Hey, let me know if something happened on Friday. Can I just go back in time real quick? ATAI. Did you have a big... No, you didn't. CYBN. Yeah, you didn't either. Dude, interesting. There is no like single crazy pump and dump day either. That's badass, man. Interesting. I am liking these stocks way more than I expected. I actually thought to make nothing more than a hey, I was wrong video. But dude, these are all looking really good. Again, don't think about here yet. We still got to take this red line, right? The 50, but again, Compass just really nicely. And look, we've done it before, right? We've taken these and gone close to the 50. We actually kind of did it this week again, right? So we've been here before. Let's see if we can actually take it, because that would be really interesting to say the least, right? But man, 4 for 4, these are all looking good. And again, look at this thing. This thing has had high RSIs, not as high as I expected, actually. How about you? Yeah, you're a high one. You're a 90. You're a couple day 90 too. Nice, cool. Dude, Compass, loving it. Last but not least, again, I live in the US. If I put Trip, it's TripAdvisor. All right, so we got to look at TRUFF on mine, but again, it is the same Red Light Holland Corp. This one, again, has lower volume comparatively, all right? Let me just zoom out a little bit. Man, again, I think this one is just it's a volume issue. It really is. But for me, if you can get over this, that's where maybe I would consider an entry. I don't think look, this, what is that? I got to do some math in my head. You're basically, every 6 cents, that's 3, that's 1. All right, see, I would not trade this 10%. If you can get to 7.7, if you can get over the 100 moving average, which is again 7 cents, and it's a 7.7, it's a little bit of a higher. And it's weird that I can see so many decimals on this one and not other ones. Trust me, it's weird. I know that. But that's where I would consider, because that actually might be a really quick ride up to 10. And that's a big percentage, because you're basically going 7 plus 7 for a 14, rounding that to 15, and then doing that again. That's a 40% move right there. I like that a lot. That's the money line for sure on TRUFF. It's 0.77. Man, I liked all 5 of these stocks. TRUFF, again, a little bit less just because the volume is just lower. But hey, if it could start picking up, that could be cool. It's not like this 50's doing much picking up, actually. I wouldn't actually say that is happening just yet. But man, 4 of the 5 super bullish. TRUFF, again, just needs a little bit more volume. Volume's king. It's one of my main rules, right? But hey, just my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, of course, thank you.